You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Ian Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AfterBuzz TV for So You Think You Can Dance. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest So You Think You Can Dance news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's AfterBuzz TV for So You Think You Can Dance.
Hey, y'all, it's Kat, Bayless, Tammy, and Heather. So you think you can dance? Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you who can dance. Melanie, Marco, Tad, and Sasha.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I just went all ghetto. But tonight was phenomenal. I mean, there's a lot to talk about, but there's a lot of dancing. The top 4 perform like 1,000 times.
Weren't you exhausted by the end of the 2 hours?
They each had like 4 or 5 dances.
It was
They
insane.
do. Each of them had 4 dances. And y'all, it was so apparent. We'll get to that, but it was so apparent that they were so tired. I mean, look, as a dancer, we know this. Like, you by the end of a performance, you don't want to be doing backflips and like triple pirouettes and whatever.
Stuff,
I mean, you just want to be standing there looking pretty, and that was not the case tonight. So, but let's just dive in. Okay, so who are our hosts tonight? We had, of course, the lovely Mary Murphy and Nigel Lithgow, and then Kenny Ortega.
Yeah.
Okay, I personally love Kenny because I've worked with him.
I now love him. Yeah, we were hearing the.
I was telling you because I worked with him on Gilmore Girls. He was a director, and then he's also done. He did Dirty Dancing, which we heard on the show that he's actually going to be doing the new Dirty Dancing, a remake. Which Melanie just booked a job, by the way. Go, Melanie.
Right?
I hate you. Nice. Okay, so anyway, next. And then we had the lovely Katie Holmes.
Katie Holmes.
Darling, stick to your real job. Just stick to acting. Because, honestly, I don't want to be mean because I love Katie. But
I know, I do too. And she looked really beautiful, except for the fact that she was wearing a tennis dress. Which I didn't get at all. I mean,
it's
cute,
the finale.
adorable, but it was the finale. Yeah,
she looks gorgeous.
She does.
By the way, FYI,
that's her personality. That's her. She's a
homie. It's a finale. Dress up.
Oh, no pun intended, homie. That was good.
Well,
that's after a long day, right? Yeah. Those just come out of my, what. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, okay. So we're speaking about the finale and what actually you get for being on this show.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Let's just. I mean, what's the point of being on except for being on television in front of millions of people?
Right.
So you win $250,000.
Nice.
What else?
Wow.
What else?
Excellent. Then there's the Gatorade G Series Fit campaign. You're the star of their campaign.
Yes.
So which I assume is a paying gig, right? Or does that come out of your $250?
No, pay me some more.
Good question, because you know what? The thing is you're pretty much the sponsor for Gatorade for a little while, kind of like the Wheaties,
Right,
Olympic
exactly.
winner.
I think you don't get paid. I think
it's
that's
part of the gig. Okay, well
yeah.
then chalk it up to exposure, and you get all the Gatorade you could ever use for the rest of your life.
Yes,
So,
it's like free Gatorade.
Yay.
Yay, G2.
Yay.
And also Dance Spirit magazine. I guess
Yes,
be on the cover.
you get to be on the cover, which is
or
awesome.
in like a spread.
Right.
Well, let's go into. We're gonna just go by each person. We're gonna start with Melanie.
Yeah,
Is that
because
cool?
trying to jump back and forth and everything, we were going crazy. So we decided right before.
Sometimes I love to go.
numbers.
I love to go in
Oh,
chronological.
good for you.
Good
Oh, look at her. Look at this. She's got it's all number coded
Mine
and
too.
everything on hers.
Did you not look at mine?
I have symbols. I have symbols. Like Melanie is circled. Marco has a plus sign that's circled. Sasha is a square.
Triangles.
And triangles. It was how I did notes in
kindergarten
college.
all over again.
It was how.
One, two, three.
These are my college note-taking skills.
1, 2, 3. Circle, square.
I was too. I was making it too.
Yeah.
Taking notes actually says a lot about your personality. You know.
Oh, I'm a big note taker.
Yeah.
I'm a biology major when I was in college. So I have books and books of notes.
Yeah.
That I'm probably never going to use again. It's part of.
But you save it.
Yeah.
I do too. It's a bad habit. But it's so fun to go back and read.
And you have little doodlies.
Yes.
You know, little.
I'm like, what was I thinking? God, I was cute back then.
Not like now.
Talking about cuteness.
Okay, so are we going to start with Melanie?
Melanie, yes.
I do love her.
Our little gorgeous Jennifer Goodwin that can dance. First of all, she just made it apparent that she is going to be an actress.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
What do you
I
think?
see it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I feel
Well, and Kenny Ortega said that.
he did. Well, he sees it. He knows.
Yeah.
Y'all,
By the way, I love him. I knew nothing of him before. You told me the Gilmore Girls story before. We just had a couple minutes to talk about that really quick. And then the notes that he gave were so insightful. They were so helpful. And contrasted by Katie Holmes, who went, good job.
Good
For
job.
everyone.
That was fantastic.
That's fantastic.
That was
I love
great.
you. Good job. Good job.
She's
Good
a soccer
job.
mom.
Toss. You know, I mean,
looks pretty, but I prefer my notes to have substance, especially when you're talking about a finale. But
Yes.
well, here is the difference. We have been very spoiled with. Spoiled, like I say,
Spoiled.
spoiled, like in Mississippi terms,
Spoiled.
with the guest host. We had Kristen Chenoweth,
Right.
Lady Gaga. We had,
Debbie Reynolds. Do you
Debbie
remember that
Reynolds.
one?
Yes, yes. And then they had
Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh, well,
NPH.
he was a character.
Yeah.
You know, and
Thinking he
then
knows
Christina
everything.
Applegate was hilarious.
Yes.
Like, she is the combination of beautiful and funny.
I love her.
She's cute.
See, here's the cool thing about them being hosts. We actually get to see their personality.
Definitely.
This is who they are. I mean, and maybe, they step it up a little bit, and try to be funny. But Kristen Chenoweth was probably one of my favorites because she's just like this little ball of fire. And she's like all of like 4'11".
Yeah.
And
Shut the front door.
yes,
shut the back door.
shut the church door.
She was so
Amen,
cute.
sister. But gosh, I'm getting sidetracked. So let's start with Melanie's disco number with Marco. That opened up the whole show. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna jump to the end. I'm gonna start at the beginning. The first number of the night and the last number sucked.
A mess. They were a mess. Both
Excuse
of
my
them, right?
language.
Yeah.
I thought this was very cheesy and lame. And what was she wearing? I'm sorry, I did not like that outfit on her at all.
First thing she said to me, "Isn't that a little small?"
That's a tiny outfit. Yeah.
I mean,
no, the thing is I wanted to like it because I was thinking, they're doing a bit of an homage. It's going to be something interesting. It'll be like a modern take on disco.
No.
I really wanted to like it, and it was just all a mess coming in and out of the lifts. They were struggling the whole way. It was a mess.
well,
Sad.
okay, so
you have a theory.
well, I mean, I don't like talking about dancers' weight or anything like that.
Yeah, definitely
not. By the way, I mean, Melanie is a ball of muscle. But she's probably weighs just as much as Marco. And I felt like he was struggling the whole time to lift her up. And they were doing some really intense lifts. And disco is about the lifts.
Yep.
It's not about
all
like
it's about.
It is. It's all about partnering. And I don't know. I felt like tonight, I love me some Marco. I just felt like he was a little weak throughout the whole show.
I feel like maybe
he's tired.
Jesse was saying this. Maybe that he got the wrong kind of dances for, like they picked the dance
Out of style for him.
It is.
Yeah.
It's true. And they also picked, we'll get to that, but Sasha, they picked two dances that were
Wrong
horrible
for her. Yeah.
Because she is fierce. Sasha Fierce. Isn't that Beyonce's?
Sasha Fierce.
No. Beyonce's other,
Yes.
okay, alter ego. All right, number 2 dance for our Melanie, beautiful Melanie. Sacrifice with All-Star Robert.
Oh, I did. I loved it.
Okay, love the song, first of all.
Yes.
Love the
Oh,
song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
Sinead O'Connor, right?
Yeah.
And go ahead.
No, go.
No, go ahead.
It
I
was
loved her dress.
yeah.
She wasn't in white, which normally she's in white. They made it like a soft blue. It just looked so good on her.
The whole thing was just gorgeous.
Contemporary number. I think that this is when Kenny Ortega was like, yes, you will definitely be in Dirty Dancing.
Nice.
But it's true, like she's just this magical little person,
got a lot of personality.
And to speaking of the transition kind of between her first piece and her second piece, you had said right after the disco piece, you know, I'd rather watch a piece that's got a story to it than, you know, than see them, you know, doing a bunch of dance moves. And so we got it in the second piece.
I feel like So You Think You Can Dance has to like do every genre just so they accommodate all the choreographers. But honestly, like we watch Dancing with the Stars. We don't need to see like all. I mean, when Mark Bialis did that number later on, we'll get to that with who was it with? It was with
boys. I remember that, or at least
no, it was
Sasha and Tad.
It was Sasha. It was the cha-cha.
The cha-cha. Oh, the cha-cha.
It was terrible, and not that Mark is not. He's a great choreographer and he does great on Dancing with the Stars. But we've already seen you on Dancing with Stars, you know, work with these kind of people, you know, and it just didn't no justice because they aren't those type of dancers, you know, and it upsets me because this is the finale, okay? I mean, I've seen high school, you know, performances better than that, and it wasn't their fault,
right?
I mean, they just don't move like that, and you know. I don't know. I'm very so passionate about this because I just don't understand, you know, they know what kind of, you know, dances
that America wants to see.
Yes, but also they do have the rehearsals.
Yep.
They have rehearsals, and they pick the two worst dances in the front and the back. You know, and I'm forever going to remember that horrible
gumshoe
stepping
thing, gumboot stepping
thing at the very end. Like, you know, so I feel, I don't know. I think production wise, I mean, this is my opinion.
They could have stepped it up.
Yeah. I mean, American Idol always put the best and the best at the front and the last. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, that's any show, any performance that I've ever done.
Yeah.
You know, we went through dress rehearsals and stuff, and the director would be like, sorry, that's not good enough. We're putting, you know, whatever else in front now. You know, and that was your dream, you know, in college, that was your dream. I want to be in the last number. I want to be in the opening.
Yes.
And if
or
you're
front
not,
center.
right? front center, first or last.
Yes.
Possibly both.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, would you like to take a caller?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where are you from?
Hello, who is it?
Oh, I think they got nervous
They
from talking
did.
to all you pretty ladies.
Oh my God, Kat's there. I can't talk.
All right, ladies. Well, call if you call back, please.
Please do call back.
We'd love to hear from you.
Oh yeah, and we want to hear some, you know, some input because, you know, sometimes I get sick of talking to y'all. Not. Y'all are so gorgeous and sweet.
You know, one of the things I wanted to mention was Mary's comment about the contemporary number that Melanie did with Robert. Was she made a point of saying, you know, from the very beginning, when you start dancing, the world stops. Everyone gets quiet, and you're captivating. And I so agree with that. I mean, she really is. She's just that person you want to go. She's riveting to me. She is.
And another thing to add on to that, she said you're in a class of your own.
Yeah.
Oh, she is.
Yeah.
She's very creative and artistic.
She's 19.
Yeah. She's still got lots.
And again, remember, she's the child that goes to Fordham, and she's in art,
not dance.
Yeah,
right.
A dance,
not in a dance program. That's right.
And
this is passion.
Here's where I think this is. Yeah, it is, and
she's amazing.
She's gonna be an actress, and we're all gonna be right, and we should put money down on that.
Right.
Okay, so our next dance that she did. Miss Melanie was Ray Leaper. This is a side of Melanie I've never seen. The vixen. She had that leather half top and the pants, and she was dancing with Tad, right?
Yep.
And she threw off one shoe. Her little jazz, like with a heel. She had a heel on because they're always in flats on the show.
Yeah.
You know, or nothing. And she threw it off. She danced the whole half the dance with one shoe.
Yep.
And
I loved this piece. I just loved
too.
everything about it. I thought they were both outstanding, and the personality in it was so good, and the music was great. I just loved it. I thought it was fantastic.
I liked the music a lot.
Yeah, I mean, Melanie, there's nothing. Maybe there's one dance this whole season, and it was tonight. It was the first one, the disco one, that I didn't like with her.
I know.
You could tell that she couldn't really either feel it or she just didn't care. I felt like there was like two numbers tonight that the dancers did not give a you know what.
She probably didn't feel comfortable in what she was wearing.
or what she was doing, or feeling him struggle to hold her up in the air. I mean, that has to be unnerving, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yes, I've had a guy drop me on stage on camera. I mean, it was bad. Yeah. And you should have seen the look I gave him. It is on film.
Well, ladies, I want to add one person to the conversation.
Yeah.
We have one of our AfterBuzz hosts, Kenny Harrison, on the line. Kenny, you there?
Hey.
Hey, yeah, I'm here. How you doing, guys?
Good.
We're good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. I just actually got through watching tonight's episode, and I figured I'd log on and see if you guys were on. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We're glad you called. So we've started by talking about Melanie. Do you have any thoughts about Melanie? We're kind of going dancer by dancer as opposed to chronologically number by number.
I absolutely love Melanie. I think she is by far probably one of the best dancers that the show has seen in seasons. She is absolutely amazing. But I just want to really comment on the show itself as a whole. For me, was a little disappointing.
Yes, amen.
Definitely. Amen, brother.
Amen. We totally agree.
Yeah, I think. I think a lot of the routines lacked, and I don't know if it was because they had 4 to do in a short period of time, but I was a little disappointed in just about all of them. I mean, not one. The only one that really stood out was Melanie and Sasha's 50s.
The 50s Housewives.
Mm-hmm. So that was your favorite Melanie dance tonight? Or that was favorite dance overall?
Yeah, I didn't really care for the disco or the jazz one with the one shoe. That was cute, but I don't think nothing really stood out for me.
How did you think Tad did tonight?
Again, I think he did well with what he had to work with, but the one disappointing, my biggest disappointment was the very last number with the 2 guys. I was just cringing when I was watching.
Oh my God! Like
it was just a hot mess. It really was.
And they really didn't bash it.
That was one of the biggest surprises. When everybody went that was fantastic. Everybody became Katie Holmes in the end. What was that?
I know what it was about because they want to keep their ratings up and they want the show to look good. If they were all like, "Oh, that sucked." Okay, that was our last number of the night.
Okay, good night, everybody. We stink.
Stupid. I mean, I don't know. That's what I
totally agree, and I really think that whoever did the order of numbers, I typically think that you would start with a really great number and end with a really great number.
Wait. Were you listening to us just a minute ago?
I'm sorry?
Were you listening to us just a minute ago?
No, I just logged on about 5 minutes ago.
Okay, babe. Oh my God! Literally, we just said that because, look. Maybe not all of America realizes what a problem that is. But come on, us AfterBuzzers, we're on top of that, Rose.
Hello.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That was just ridiculous. The choice of the order of pieces. That was crazy stupid.
So can you tell me who you think is going to win tomorrow, or the top 2?
I think it will be. My prediction would be Melanie would be probably the winner, and I think Sasha would definitely be a close second.
Yeah, it's the girls.
It's the girls.
Yep, girl power.
Yeah.
And I picked the girls from like the judges said from day one. I mean, all the girls. My favorite routine was the top 10 girls with the geisha girls. It was a fun routine.
That was cool. That was really cool. Also to kind of, go back to what Kenny Ortega said about, we have 2 actresses up on the stage, and, as an audience, and we're watching from camera. We're not just watching from the back of the, the auditorium. We actually get to see their emotions. I mean, there were even all-stars tonight that were bawling, crying before the thing started. Lauren was bawling, crying. Did you see that? That was amazing.
And it's a funny thing because last season when they had all the all-stars and I only had top 10, I didn't really care for having the all-stars. But this season, I think my mind changed because it really added to the competition and it really added to the dancing.
I really think it made our newbies stronger too.
Definitely.
I feel like sometimes I couldn't tell who was the all-star. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
definitely.
these kids are just like they're not normal. I mean they're not. I mean,
They're aliens planted here.
I mean, I've never been so intrigued. Yes, but I think that I don't know. I think that I can't. I'm speechless. I'm really speechless because I mean I get so emotional. Like I have to talk about because I wasn't here last week, and I'm sure y'all did. But that piece with Sasha and the wall and Nate, right? Did Nate Trent?
No.
Who danced with her?
I don't have my notes with me.
Okay.
I don't either.
Kent. There we go.
Kent. Okay, I was close.
Trent,
Kent.
yeah.
You know, Tate. No, but I mean, but y'all, I mean, that right there won it for me with Sasha. I was like, I was at home crying for like literally 10 minutes. I couldn't stop crying because I was like, what did she just touch inside me? And she touched Mary Murphy and she touched, I don't know, what did it touch you? Did you see that number?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I saw it, and it was probably one of my favorites. But my only thing, and this was kind of one of my problems with tonight's episode, and it goes for like the entire season. There were a lot of contemporary numbers, and all the dances are pretty much they're all contemporary dances. I would have liked to see a little bit more variety.
Like what? What kind of style would you like?
You know, I actually would have liked to see them do something like ballroom, a lot more ballroom. I think we all know that they can do contemporary and a lot of them, and the jazz numbers as well. But you know, take them out of their element. Like Tad, poor guy, he really had to dance everyone else's style. I mean, there's no b-boy style on the show,
right.
So he had to even hip hop is not as b-boy as it may seem, but. You know, take them out of their element, you know, and Melanie for me is great. She can pretty much do anything, but she did have a lot of contemporary and jazz numbers. So she was kind of at a little advantage, but I still love her. I still love her. I think she's still great.
You know what? She did not have a lot of hip hop.
No,
she didn't. You're right.
And you know who was?
Well, she had that one, the Little Red Riding Hood in the Hood. That was great.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
That was great. I love that number. Well, but the only thing about tonight, too, I felt like Sasha was at a disadvantage.
Oh, especially tonight.
And that sucked because, like, Sasha can do everything, and then they gave her cha-cha and like, this Broadway like, princess. She is not. She is more, I mean, don't take this the wrong way, but she's almost like a guy in a woman's body. Like she's so strong, but she's feminine, but she's strong, masculine,
like
but
muscular. There we go.
Muscular, yeah, just muscular. You know, so is Melanie, but Melanie's got more of a femininity to her.
She does, no question.
And I would never ever say anything bad about Sasha. I just feel like I don't see her doing this whatever Lola wants, gorgeous long lines and everything. Her lines are nothing like Melanie's, you know. But they have to give that kind of stuff to her. I just felt like, well, give it to her like on episode 1, you know, not tonight.
I actually like that routine.
You did?
I thought it was cute, and I was sitting on my couch and I was smiling the entire time. And I know I understood what Nigel said about, you know, selling the performance as, you know, the characters, but I enjoyed it, and I think a lot of the other judges enjoyed it. So, and that routine really stuck with me as well. But I agree with you. I see what you're saying. How, you know, Sasha she's this strong woman, strong physical dancer, but Melody possessed all the qualities of a true feminine dancer, if you will.
Look, and there's nothing against being a more masculine dancer. I mean,
no, absolutely not.
For a woman to be able to do what Sasha does,
right?
I've danced my whole life. I could never. I'm saying I could never do that. Like, I mean, she is just. She's got it. She's got what it takes.
I want to say the one thing with Sasha that I actually noticed this episode more so than any of the other episodes is when she dances, and I feel like tonight her and Marco weren't on point like they usually are, but when she's not in the right element, you can tell her awkwardness much more than like when Melanie messes up, and it's her footing.
Right.
And if you watch with her footing, she can like you said, her lines aren't long enough, and normally she can curve her foot at the end of a long extension. But tonight, when she messed up, it really was awkward.
Right.
Within those points.
And on the Broadway number, I felt like she was just a bit tentative. Yep. And that kind of speaks to what you're saying, you know, and that's what I didn't like about that piece. I agree with you. Is it Kenny? Yeah, Kenny. I agree with you. Sorry, I don't have your face in my mind, and so it's hard for me to remember your name. So I agree with you that the piece itself was interesting, but I don't think the performance was fantastic. And part of it was that tentativeness coming from her.
She couldn't get into the character.
Yeah.
But I felt Marco really carried that performance.
I did too. I thought he was excellent.
Marco became this funny dude.
Yeah.
You know? I enjoyed Marco
Charming.
so much. Yeah.
Well, he lived the character.
Yeah.
And I feel like, you know, the probably the weakest person of the group, character wise, would be Tad. Pulling from down here,
right?
You know, I don't know. Do y'all agree?
I can see that. No, I can see that.
But I have to say that out of all the dancers, I think Tad was pushed to his limit. I mean, he was giving
definitely
everything, and I think he coped with everything that he was given. And
and his abs are so hot.
The cha-cha.
Say that again.
I watched the cha-cha with Tad and Sasha, I believe, and it was kind of heartbreaking because I love them both.
Yeah.
But that for me was probably the most uncomfortable I've seen a routine on the show.
I was literally grabbing Tammy.
Yeah.
This is I was so uncomfortable. And I can't, and that's the thing, we want everyone to do well. Just like we're all, like we're casting directors over here. Be like, you know, but it's true. It's like I mean, you just want to crawl on a ball like, oh God, just stop it, please. Stop stepping, stomping, whatever you're doing. Like,
gumboot,
just go grab your gavel and just go hit the floor again.
Stomping,
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, who choreographed that? Little C?
Which one? The gumboot?
The gum.
I don't even care.
No. Oh, the last one. No. That was.
Do you mean the Broadway piece?
No.
What are you talking about?
The one with the boys.
Catch us up.
Marco and
stepping.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care.
Did you like it better than the whacking from last week?
Oh, jeez.
Boy, yeah.
I actually like the whacking.
I like the whacking.
You would, you Beyonce lover.
Wow.
Right? Is that what that was? All that stuff.
Well, this stomping one, I liked Marco better with Ricky. Even though I don't like Ricky very much, I liked it better with Ricky because it allowed Marco to shine more.
Yeah.
And this one just was a little awkward. I didn't like it.
We've fallen all off of our format at this
doesn't
point.
Matter.
We're all
it
over
doesn't
the place.
matter.
So.
I mean, here's the thing, because the show was like this.
It was.
It was all over the place. Here, I'm trying to be all organized.
It was a mess.
Melanie and Marco. Yeah. The show, and then they had their solos. So literally, they all did like 5 dances each.
And then they had a little interview, too.
Which I thought they should have done interviews a long time ago. So we could have gotten to know some of the other ones.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I felt like, so that's what you're like. Okay. You know what I mean?
Well, and speaking to that, wouldn't you feel like last week with the wall performance when, was it?
Sasha.
Yeah, but who was the first one to bring it? Was it Christina Applegate who said, I felt like you tell me a story. I don't know what you've been through. I don't know what has happened in your life, but I feel you.
Right.
If we knew, like American Idol does this, the beginning they give us this long backstory.
Long backstories, all those bios.
Right, when someone sings, it's like, I feel where they're singing from.
Yeah.
And when we watch them dance, and I think I mentioned this a few weeks ago to you, Heather, I kind of want to know, like, what has Sasha been through? What is her struggle? Like, when we saw her solo dance tonight, how she was doing the stumbling and all that, like, where does that power come from?
I have a question.
Yep.
Because remember when they were kind of showing where they're from? She seems like she's from like this awesome family. They're all dancing and jumping around, and they have like
and
and like
and
to me, there was no depression Or there was no like heartbreak. I mean, did she have a boyfriend that just like cheated on her or something like that? I mean, or did she like lose a loved one or
something?
Well,
but they just kept talking about it. They just kept talking about it tonight, but not talking about it. Talking about, I'm sorry, I feel your pain, and I know your pain, and I'm not telling them what your pain is, but I know your pain. I mean, that was like I was like we were not in on the story, and it was weird.
I mean, if I'm
like, what? Tell me.
We're the nerd in school.
Yeah,
but
I don't get it again.
I kind of want that pain that makes me climb up a wall and straddle it. That'd be awesome. I mean, what is that? Like, she to me was channeling something. Obviously, that doesn't come from anything. But they did talk about Melanie's channel because her daddy died when she was younger.
Yes,
and so she definitely is open emotionally about that, and just.
But again, we learned about it in like hour 2 of the finale.
Yes. Yeah. Why didn't we learn that before?
Yeah. Okay. Well, so we have some, we have some criticisms of the format of the show.
You know, in a couple episodes ago, Kat was saying, not you, Kat Deely was saying how,
British cat.
You're so cute, Heather.
Brick cat.
Like, not you, Kat.
You can say the K cat. She's the C cat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
She was saying how, sorry, we're not going to be able to watch everybody's little video right now. We're going to skip to this, and you get to watch some of them. I'm like, I don't understand why. Why can't I watch some? Why can't we watch all of them? I want to learn.
Watch them online, I guess, is what she was saying. I don't know.
Because the show was too long, they didn't have time.
Exactly, but then don't give them 2 dances
because we had to hear Katie Holmes go. That was great. That
was awesome. Good job.
Let's go play tennis.
Yeah, in her tennis dress. Okay, so should we move on to who?
Katie, are you still there?
I am.
Okay. We're being girls over here. You should come in. Where are you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, let's move on to we have kind of gone all over the place, but let's pretty much tell our favorite number of the night. Like our favorite number.
Sasha's solo.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
I think it was the best of the show.
Really?
I didn't get to watch them with you guys. I watched them, online.
Yeah.
And I kind of jumped through all of them, and then Sasha's, I had to watch the whole thing. I want her to win. I mean, she's amazing.
I do too.
She can do, what is there that she can't do? I mean, we put her in, and yeah, sometimes she looks a little awkward, but she can do it. She attempts it. She gets it done, and I just love her. I think that solo was amazing.
But then to get out of that mindset and then go to Melanie. She can do everything too. Is it a personal preference thing, like what style of dance you like? Because they're both equally amazing.
They are.
Well, but I feel like Sasha kind of gave a little extra oomph tonight.
I feel like it's soul.
Yes.
When Melanie does it, I mean, this is going to sound crazy, but I feel like when Melanie does it, it's from a place in her head.
Yeah.
Like she's an actress. She dances and tells a story that she's thinking about.
Yeah.
When Sasha does it, it's like I have no control over what I'm about to do, and it might look sloppy because I'm just going and it's
she's
raw.
letting it out of her.
It's this, like even when she did her solo dance, like she put her foot out.
Yes.
And where Melanie would probably extend it and point her toe, Sasha put her foot out and like flattened her foot. And
she flexed it.
Thing.
It was ugly, but at the same time, it was like she used that rawness and the ugliness of stumbling and made it this beautiful.
But there's that resistance, like that thing of like extending your leg but flexing the foot so you're still holding back.
Right.
Instead of like dancer, which is like long, you know what I mean? Like point that foot like every other girl, Jordan and Caitlin and all those girls, you know what I mean? Like,
and I feel like Melanie does that all the time. I feel like Melanie's always extending. I feel like she's always, but
I hear you criticizing Melanie for being excellent.
No.
This is what I'm hearing.
That's
what I'm hearing.
I love her, but I'm saying like exactly like Kenny said, the only one who we feel was pushed to out of his bounds was Tad. So what I'm saying with Melanie is, when Melanie did the dance with Sasha, and it was like that hard, like, and even then the next week she did that solo, and she did this hard, different type of dance. That's what impresses me, because I know you can do the white dress and the
flowy,
and it's beautiful, and every time I'm amazed.
Yeah,
you blow my mind away.
Yeah.
But when I see them outside of their element, that's why, like, I could see someone saying, I want Tad to win. Because here's this kid who could never even think about doing these dances.
The underdog.
And when he does it, he can compete
dancer.
with these people.
Right.
To me, that's amazing in itself. So I have nothing against Melanie, please. Like, the girl is fierce in every way.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
Got the cat fight coming on, Tammy.
Of why I understand you saying.
Yeah. No, I'm not trying to invalidate your point at all. You know I don't. But you know, the other thing is I know this might be talk about ridiculous statements. There's an age difference. I know it's 4 years, but they're kind of critical years.
Yeah.
You know, you're
right.
kind of leaving your teens and moving, sort of finding your way into young adulthood. And you know, Sasha may have the years on her and you know, the experience that comes with those, you know, the early 20s, and that might be part of what you're seeing in her.
I feel as though Melanie is young.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I
can feel it.
Yes, and so was Caitlin. You know, because Caitlin and you know, bless her heart, she's gone, but she was a beautiful dancer.
Yes,
you know, and her sexiness started to really come out, and I was like, whoa, that girl's hot. You know, but still there was that innocence, young thing, which who cares? She's young. But with Melanie, you know, that girl, in 5 years, I'm gonna be scared.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just give her time.
Do you know what I'm saying?
She's still growing.
Do you guys feel like when she hits that stage, it's almost like goddess? Like she's a princess. Like she has a mythical feeling.
Is it like in a little fairy tale Disney world?
She's going to be on Broadway, and I cannot wait to go see her.
That will be amazing, right?
You know, there's a dancer, Elizabeth Parkinson, and she was in the first cast of Fosse, and she was like the main dancer. That's who Melanie's gonna be. Like, I mean, when I moved to New York City, you know, went to school, and I was like in dance, and I just would go and watch this lady like every weekend. I'd try to go and see her in Fosse because like she was just like my idol, you know, and that's kind of how I feel like she's got that strong, gorgeous presence too, and the drive and like that hardworking focus. Because did you hear tonight? Melanie was like, I just can't wait to go and study more and train more and learn more. And I'm like, you already can do everything.
Everything,
like,
right?
just go
What's
work.
there to learn? Yeah.
Just go work. Get in a company and
exactly.
Yeah.
But every day is a learning experience, no matter what. So.
Oh, it is. It is. So, Kenny.
Yeah. I'm listening. I'm hearing everything you guys are saying.
Well, you know.
Oh wait, we were talking about our favorite piece.
Yeah.
So what was yours of the night?
Oh goodness. I think it was the one. I think it was Sasha's first dance, or it was Melanie's dance with the All-Star.
Melanie with
the All-Star.
Melanie with Robert.
And Robert. Oh, right.
That was a really
the
good
sacrifice, the Sinead O'Connor piece.
Yeah.
You know, mine was Marco and Lauren.
Yes, I did.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
I did. I love that one. The song was
See,
beautiful
that's
too.
where it's hard. But,
I know.
But look, we're like Kenny. Look, we're picking contemporary stuff. That's all they're giving us.
Right.
I have a question for you guys. Do you feel like the show is diluted with these contemporary routines? They're all about this, pretty much about love and
unrequited love,
and
heartbreak, cheating. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like by the time I got to Marco and Lauren's routine, I was just like, all right, I'm over it. You know, give me something, give me a paso doble or something. Like, I want to see something different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm really conflicted about what you say because I absolutely agree with you that there are too many contemporary pieces. You kind of hit the same note on all of them. And yet, because that is the preferred genre of most of the dancers, and most of the dancers can do that genre, I think we get our best performances in those pieces.
True.
So
true.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So there.
All right.
So for you, it's like a catch-22. You like it, but you're kind of over it.
I kind of don't want to like it because I would like to see something else.
Okay, well, think about Marco when he did that paso doble. Remember that one he did? All right. great. You know, he did it. I mean, but it didn't do anything for me. That wasn't tonight. That was like last week.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was like, okay, I don't see character. I just see a guy doing the paso doble, you know what I mean? And it's just like, okay, oh, good. He knows this. He can do this genre.
He can do genre.
Next.
Right.
That's how I feel about some of these dances they throw at him. We got to put in some stomping or stepping. We got to put in a cha-cha. We got to put in the disco.
Bollywood.
Bollywood, our favorite.
Can you do some ballet?
Hey,
Right.
that is
Why
my
don't they
favorite.
ever choose
I love
ballet?
it.
Ever.
Well, because
Ever.
none of the dancers can really do it. You can't put a hip hop dancer into doing ballet. He's not going to know what's going on, or she's not going to know.
And that's
what's
what
going
pisses me off because trained
that's why
dancers
they
start
say-
with ballet. I mean,
But a lot of these people, you know, a lot of the hip hop dancers in the, I don't want to say ghetto, the stompers, they come from the ghetto and
Street
the
dancing.
streets and the, you know, they don't have money to go get technical training, and so they just learn from everybody else on the street. Oh, you know this? Okay, let's do this.
Right.
And that's it.
yeah,
Because ballet is for people of privilege.
Yep.
That's kind of what you're saying.
pretty much
Well,
is.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
if you
So
look
that's
at
not
it,
attainable to a lot of people.
Yeah, it's true, but also vouching because you know I was around a ton of ballerinas when I was younger, and they can't. A lot of them can't do hip hop. A lot of them can't do jazz.
Nope.
A lot of them can't get out of that structure
Right.
because you're not supposed to break out of
perfect
that.
example, Alex. He was a prima. He could do
Right.
point and everything.
Right.
And they were throwing him in at the beginning into other styles, and they're like, "Loosen up, come on, loosen
Right.
up, get in it, get in
Right.
it," you know.
And he
then,
couldn't do it.
And by the end, he was able to get into it. You know, that hip hop dance with Twitch in him,
Yeah,
and that was amazing. But it's like you need to have a variety. Start with that, but branch
Yeah.
out.
yeah.
I totally agree, and I think for me, my favorite ballerina on the show was Melissa from like season 1 or 2. She was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And also this whole notion of taking other genres and put them into the show, like I would like to see a tap routine, but it's just I think
could have
in
done
a week
it.
it would
could
be
have done it.
totally difficult to teach a hip hop guy or a contemporary guy a tap routine. in a
Tap
week.
is
So,
hard. If you are not a tapper
Way
and you're
hard.
going to start when you're this age, heck no. I mean, well, first of all, that tall guy, now it's like, God, weeks and weeks and weeks
Nick.
ago. Nick, thank you.
Yes.
And Jess, they did the duet, the tap routine. If they were still in here, I'm sure they would have added tap.
Of course.
definitely.
Of course.
But the hard thing about doing tap anywhere is that you really can't hear it like we should, like we want to. I don't know, has anyone ever gone and seen, it's not on anymore, but Bringing the Noise, Bringing the Funk on Broadway? Did you ever see that show?
I mean, I know of it, obviously, but
If
didn't see it.
someone came on the show and did that kind of tapping, it's
Yeah.
like hoofing it, and
Yeah.
it's like hip hop with tapping and everything, and that would blow America away. And I haven't watched every season, I'm not gonna lie, of So You Think You Dance, so I don't know if they've actually done that, but have they, Kenny?
Oh, what was the question?
Have they actually done you've heard of Bringing the Noise, Bringing the Funk, Savion Glover?
That more modern tap.
Yes.
Okay, so have they
I've
ever
heard of it, but
have they ever done like that kind of hoofing, tapping, like hip hop tapping on the show in the past?
No, they have not. And I think, but Nigel brought it up that earlier, I think before they even got through the top 20, that a couple of the girls were tap dancers as well.
They
I
did.
think they got kicked off
He did.
early too. And they were hoping to get a tap routine because of the guy who got kicked off early in the season.
Right.
And that would have made it a little bit interesting. But for me, I just think that putting the dancers outside of their comfort zone makes a better show than to concede consistently week after week 5 contemporary routines and 5 jazz routines. Although I do enjoy watching them, I want to see more.
Well, and I think that if you're putting somebody outside of their genre, then you're more likely to see the missteps, pardon the pun, in addition to the really great pieces. And that might help separate the winners from the losers in that sense.
True.
Yeah.
But maybe they're just looking to make a pretty show, which is why they keep picking contemporary pieces. I don't know.
Well, like y'all said earlier, it touches your heart. Like when a show makes you cry, like I think they want
True, but do you want to cry the whole show?
No, but also, you know, like that number with, you know, Lauren and Marco. Like, I was like, I have to see more. You know what I mean? Like, that was.
Well, but that's in the same thing. When, you know, my girlfriends and I go back and watch these shows over and over again. We have little parties and eat popcorn and, ooh, let's watch, you know?
Sure.
And, but what are the ones you watch?
You're going to watch the gumshoe stepping. I know you are.
Oh, yes,
over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Because you
We're all mushy.
What was the other one? The whipping?
Whacking.
Whacking. The whooping. Whatever. It's all the contemporary. You go back and watch all the contemporary numbers that make you cry, that make you go, oh my God, I got to see that one more time.
Kenny, rebuttal?
Rebuttal
to that?
Variety.
Yeah, okay,
Please.
good.
No, don't get me wrong. I love variety.
I'm just trying to stir it up tonight.
I know, Kenny.
I love
What's
the
in your
water? You know, I do love the Bollywood. I'm Indian. I get really excited when I get to see my style, my youth, my culture on stage and seeing other people do it. I do see the mistakes.
Yeah.
Because I do know it pretty well. You know, I did competitions in this, so I do know it pretty well. And I do love seeing other people do it. But at the same time, I'm not going to go back and be like, I really want to see that Bollywood. No, I really want to see that contemporary piece that rips my heart out and leaves me dangling there for more.
Right. Well, I feel like Mary Murphy, I mean, she's very hard when it comes to ballroom dancing, obviously.
Oh, yeah, she is. Yes.
But she is not hard when it comes to the hip hop, the stepping, the things that are out of her, because she doesn't even know the terminology.
Yeah.
And this is why they've got every you know judge up there is from every
represents a different genre.
different genre. But I'm sorry, who does Katie Holmes represent? Like
tennis.
All of
dresses?
America.
Katie was promoting
Broadway.
her movie. That's probably
Well,
gonna suck.
Right?
I'm sorry,
let me
but
get that right,
when's the last
Katie.
movie she ever
Views
did?
expressed herein are those of the host and not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Kenny-
Jesse know me very well.
Kenny went there, y'all. But yeah, I just didn't understand that. And plus, at the finale, I just
That was, I don't know.
look,
Yeah.
everyone else made sense. I mean, come on.
Actually, my comment about the judges, the guest judges, I actually liked most of them. I think Christian Tenoroth was phenomenal.
Me
as a guest judge,
too.
Yeah, again,
as
that was
well
the part
as,
you missed.
Christina Applegate.
Yes.
I do.
I loved her
I
as
love
well.
her.
Yes.
Are you sure you didn't watch the beginning of our show?
Because that's what we talked about.
He
I
snuck
did.
it in.
I was trying to catch the end of the actual live show, and then I tuned into you guys.
We're just on the same page,
Yes.
Mr. Kenny.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
Yes. So can we just talk about Tad a little bit?
Yeah.
So last night I was here and I was talking to Jesse and we were sort of, you know, hashing out what was going to happen tonight and what we thought of things. And I was ready because I have a hard time picking a winner. I was ready to pick a loser tonight.
Yeah.
And so because at this point it's all just painful, right?
Yeah.
It's just whoever gets cut kills you.
Right.
So I'm watching and I'm just ready for Tad to go home. And so they did that. Wasn't his first number the one with Joshua, the Hustle Hard piece?
Yeah.
Okay. So they were first of all, I didn't get it at all why it was even a duo piece. Why wasn't it just a solo? Because they were side by side doing the exact same moves with no interaction, all played out to the audience. There was one moment where they like touched hands and then literally it was a 2-second thing and then the rest of it was standing side by side. Now the thing about that is it never looks quite right because somebody's going to be off unless they've really rehearsed it. And when you've got 5 pieces you're doing in a night.
You're gonna
And
forget.
so one of them looked bad because it's really hard to do side by side. And I was like, yep, there it is. Dad's going home. And so then we go on to the Cha-Cha and with Sasha. And what you said, I totally agreed with Kat, which was they don't care about this piece.
Nope.
They don't care.
No.
And so
And they even said it. They're like, yeah, it was out of our element. Pretty much. It's hard.
It's really hard.
It's hard.
And these bobby pins were loading my head down. I think I
Yeah.
heard Sasha say that. What was that? She had like 7 bobby pins behind her ear that were beige
It was
or
a
white or
bobby
something.
pin mess.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So anyway, then I was like, okay, fantastic. Okay, so Tad's not going to be in, so Tad's not going to win, and I know that now, and so I'm going to be okay about it. And then he did the cheater boy, vixen girl, one shoe number with Melanie, which was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just going, what? But then he did end up with the gumshoe stepping, which sucked.
Yeah.
Sucked.
So he only really came back with one strong dance.
But it was really strong.
Oh, wait.
But was it strong enough to win? No.
Tammy, I'm with you.
Yeah.
The first dance, the hustle hard dance.
Yeah.
I'm always, Kat knows, like, whenever they do hip hop on the show, I'm like, please. Like, it looks embarrassing for most of the dancers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed exactly what you're saying. One of them was off. But it was not Tad. I watched that, and I almost at first I thought it was.
I agree with you, Jesse.
I thought it was Marco doing it with him. I was like, no, this isn't good for Marco, but it was. I know it wasn't Marco.
Right.
But Tad was on that hustle hard.
So
thing,
it was.
He was.
But that was the All-Star.
So it was Joshua.
He outdid the All-Star.
Yeah.
He was season 4 winner.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, I definitely agree with you. Like, Tad really stepped it up this episode. Like,
my focus was split so much I couldn't have known which one, so I'm glad you pointed that out.
No, but that's what I was noticing, because I'm very into hip-hop, and when I watch these shows, like, I'm very picky about it, because most contemporary dancers can't do it, because they want to get out of that. They can't get out of that structure.
Right.
But Tad, and I'm happy because last week when he did his solo dance, it was his normal b-boy hip-hop, and it was really sloppy. Yeah. But his solo dance this week...
Holly brought it up.
Oh, my God. When he, you looked like he was falling off the stage into the girls. Yeah. First of all, I see why the girls in America are in love with him, because, oh, my God.
He's so smooth.
Yeah. So smooth and so not offensive, and just like you want to eat him up, take him home, put him in the bed.
Whoa.
Lick his abs.
That's where the show's going.
Yeah.
I need to tune in more often.
Yeah, you should.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what was underneath those little heart boxers.
Well,
hey.
Right.
Whoa.
The Views Express here.
They could just be. He's got to have
No, those were normal boxers.
No.
Those were
I know. I'm
were
just being
show
bad.
boxers.
Just being bad girl over here.
But I want to say what rivaled with. Because his solo dance really, all of their solo dances really
He stepped it up. He stepped it up.
Yeah.
Yes.
My favorite dance was Marco's solo.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
I did.
I mean,
it was just wow.
It was the fluidity in him is just like, water. And
see, there's too many dances tonight.
I know. I'm looking at this and I'm like, Marco, he's 22. I can't remember what. I don't remember.
What's his synopsis?
I can't remember.
Well, I mean, if anyone forgot, in his interview, he was shot.
Yep.
Who was shot? Literally
Marco.
shot?
Literally shot in the shoulder.
And the bullet is still there.
In his shoulder.
And he can dance that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And flip.
And
the boy flips.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Craziness.
Uh-huh.
We know who likes that one.
Yeah.
Give me a little faux city tonight.
Okay.
Okay.
Really awkward pause for you guys right there.
Awkward pause. You got to put that up in there. We need a sound effect for awkward pause.
This is an awkward pause moment. Thank you for tuning in.
Awkward.
Okay. What else? What have we got? Come on.
Here's the thing. I mean, we don't have to go through every single dance, because we've gone through the best, we've gone through the worst, we've gone through what touched us the most. But all in all, who do you think out of our 4 danced the best together? Okay, so was it Sasha and Melanie,
right,
or Tad and Marco, or was it Melanie and Marco? I mean, who gave us the best performance of the new season?
Great question.
I think Melanie and Sasha work really well together. Last week they had that. Was it last week? Maybe it was the week before. where they did that powerful woman dance. You know, they were the warriors. That just blew my mind. And then this week, you know, they had that 1950s housewife stuck. You know, and I liked it.
You know what I think is so fascinating about them is they do every time they're paired together, they're fantastic, and they couldn't be more different.
I think they complement each other very well.
And but usually, like Sasha's the one whose sister was auditioned with her, right?
Yep.
Correct.
Yes.
And so, you know, similar gals, similar styles, similar upbringing, we assume, and you know, worked really great together. And then here you bring Melanie, who's so different. But obviously, and even different in her technique and in her interpretation, as we've already talked about, and works so well. And I think I just think that's fascinating. Yeah.
Maybe it's just Sasha is just amazing.
Maybe so.
Sasha, I want to know more about Sasha.
Mm-hmm.
So intrigued.
I do.
With that girl. Melanie, I feel like I already know her.
She's the simple.
She's the Southern
girl.
Belle.
Yeah, she's a simple girl. Goes to school, does art, draws, does dance on the side. You know, she's cute. But Sasha,
there's something about her.
How many boyfriends has she had? Has she gone through heartbreak?
Yeah.
Like, what has she gone through?
She has the Beyonce factor. You just watch her as soon as she's on stage, and
she's got this. I don't know. I mean, it's like an old soul kind of thing. You know, and she doesn't have to do much. No. And that's what a lot of the other girls were doing. Even Caitlyn was like all facial expressions, like, I'm sexy.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, the duck lips.
Child.
Too much duck lips.
Too young to be doing that.
Kenny, what do you have to say about all of this?
Oh, look, here's the
I agree. I think the two girls dancing together have by far, when they're paired with each other, they've been the best so far.
Yeah.
That was my choice too. Yeah.
Yeah, the guys didn't do well at all with the stomping. And the disco was flat for me tonight as well.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
And just about every other dance tonight was, you know, mediocre.
Now,
but,
Kenny, are you a dancer as well?
I'm sorry?
Are you a dancer?
I am not. I just watch the show religiously.
Because I heard you using some, you know, some dance terminology. I was like, go boy. I was like, but.
Yeah, no.
What are you doing? What are you doing tomorrow night?
I'm probably going to be sleeping.
You're not going to be here.
You should come here.
Why don't you come here and do the show with us?
Because Phil has wrangled us into doing the show tomorrow night.
That is a possibility. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yay, that'd be fun. Mm-hmm. Well, you know, I think that's what's going to lead us right now into commercial, and we'll come back. And Kenny, if you want to, you can call back in or stay on the line, and we're going to come back and give our predictions for tomorrow night. Yeah. And then call it a night. And we can't wait to come back tomorrow and give the winner. Bye, y'all.
Want to find out what the AfterBuzz is about?
Janice is a drama queen.
This is the divide that is going to carry the series.
Give us a call. 424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
It's television, and they want it to be as dramatic as possible.
I mean, it's Shakespearean.
You never know what goes on behind closed doors.
Find out why AfterBuzz TV is the #1 source for after-show content.
Now, in the eyes of Jimmy, Nucky is a villain.
424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
I mean, who would you guys rather hear that from? Your husband or your best friend?
The wig will come out.
When the TV show is over, get your AfterBuzz on.
Totally fine.
I just asked Tammy if my hair looked retarded.
You should have seen me last night. I was doing, I don't even remember what show I was doing last night. And
Intervention.
Intervention. That's right, with Jesse, the other Jesse. And I had this one piece of hair that was like sticking up like this. And I go through 15 minutes of the show, and for some reason, you guys have part of the feed up on the wall up here. And I'm like, oh my God, you guys, why have I looked like this all this time? They're like, you look fantastic, you liars.
I was just looking at your outfit at the other night. That's what I wasn't looking at your hair.
There you
My
go.
hair was stupid, but I fixed it, and I'm mad at you for not.
Well,
telling
it's
me
these
about
dang
Will never
headsets,
happen
man.
again.
I mean, you got to make sure your earrings are in place and
Yeah.
For all of you
It's
out
all
there,
a
we've got,
thing.
if you haven't watched us and you're just listening, we've got our headsets on. You know, it's very professional.
That's right. But
So-
it really messes up the hair.
It does. Ooh, predictions. Buzz TV. Okay, so I'm first.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll go.
Okay. I think Sasha.
I concur.
I do. I don't know why. I keep on saying it, but I don't know. I think that's okay. If it's, I know it's on the fence. It's Sasha or Melanie, and I know I say pick one, but to be on the safe side, it's either the two of them. It's not a boy.
It's not a boy. No.
Heck
But what
no.
happens if it is a boy?
Then all
what?
of us are,
Doomed.
yeah, yeah. We're going
know
to. So you think you can dance?
H-E-double-L.
Reform
Yeah,
camp.
H-E-double-L.
I think, okay, you know, it's just a little like predicting the Oscars. You know, you fill out your ballots and you go, this is who I want to win and this is who I think
No, I
will
understand
win.
that. I understand. 'Cause
Right?
yeah.
I think that I think it's going to be a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's going to be Melanie because of what the judges were saying tonight. Because what the judges say absolutely sways
does.
the
Oh, it does.
sways the audience.
It does, but you know, this whole time I did not think Sasha was going to get in the top 4.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. No, not until like maybe 2 weeks ago.
Oh, until Twitch.
Melanie's been my
till
favorite
Twitch
till Twitch happened. Yeah, but Melanie's been my favorite. You know, this whole round. Okay, but you know, Tammy, you're right.
Yep.
Like, I mean, what is America gonna pick? Probably Melanie. What do I want? Now I want
Sasha.
Sasha.
Right.
Yeah. And I did not want that until like recently because I just didn't see what I saw now. I love her. And I want to see, obviously, I mean, we're not going to be, well, we will see more of her you know,
Yes.
next year and everything. But I'm always curious to see where all these dancers go.
And where they end up. Yeah.
Yeah, because dancing is not like singing. You
Too bad
know,
they didn't do a
dancers
show
kind of
like
drift away and they're dancing in a company. They're dancing
Yeah.
things that we can't visibly see.
Yeah.
You know, Broadway, you don't see it.
Right.
You know, because everything's on YouTube and television and you know the movies and so that's my little tidbit on that.
Okay. So did you officially give your prediction
No, but I definitely concur with what you're saying.
that it's going to be Sasha?
Yeah, ditto for sure.
Okay.
What about you, Kenny? Kenny not on? Hey, baby.
Hi, yeah. I think I agree. I think it's going to be either Sasha or Melody, but I think Nigel kind of stirred the pot a little bit when he said to the guy that a girl will win, and I think all the girls are going to vote for. I think I wouldn't be surprised if Pat won.
Okay. See, now we have another perspective. That's a really good point.
You know, Kenny,
I was,
when's your birthday?
January 11th.
A good birthday. No, because I was talking about that earlier. We just think alike. I was talking about that earlier because, you know, I told this to Tammy because it's like American Idol. Who is voting? It is not young boys on this show. You know what I mean? It is young girls.
That's right.
Who, first of all, are obsessed with, you know, Melanie and Sasha because you know why? They are not offensive. Like, they're not like intimidating. They're like welcoming and endearing. And then Tad is hot and Marco's hot and they have hot bodies and they're just a bunch of hotness.
Hot.
Muscles
I think
and hotness.
Chad more so than Marco, but I see what you're saying.
Well, Marco's got this, I don't know. He's got that smile that like, yeah, and he's got that tenderness. But Tad's a hunk.
Oh yeah. Well, he's got.
I just used that word,
abs.
by the way.
Hunk.
you did.
I did. I used it. Oh my gosh. Speaking of abs, and
Okay,
this
so
is,
are you predicting it's going to be Tad then, Kenny?
I'm predicting Melody, but I wouldn't be surprised if Tad won.
Okay. Okay, your number
That's
2
what I
is
was
Tad.
thinking.
you know
That's what I was
what?
saying. What if a
Jesse
boy won?
said it, yes, because like this guy who is a beatboxer, beat boy, has made it this far and can do every genre. Except for the last one he did tonight.
That's what they were saying in their interview.
All right. This is going to be very exciting. So, y'all, tune in.
to find out.
I know.
I'm really excited.
Kenny, you just made it even that more exciting for us.
This is like the one season where I've never really known.
You don't know.
You know what I mean? Like, make my predictions and they come true.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is, you know? And this one, I'm just like, okay, well, I want Sasha to win, but it could be Melanie, but it also could be Tad. Like, who knows?
And it's going to end up being Marco.
Y'all.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. But think about it this way. Did you watch American Idol?
Yeah.
Okay, Pia Toscana, one of the best voices on the freaking show, got kicked off like number 10 or something. I mean, and now she was singing on there the other night, which is kind of funny. But
that's how it works.
That's how it works. Go Fox. But y'all, everybody out there. Yes, I was a cheerleader. So everybody tune in tomorrow night, 10 o'clock, AfterBuzz, Ustream, on iTunes. You know,
Kenny, come in too, or call.
Kenny, please.
Yes, come in.
Thanks so much, y'all. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Kenny. Thanks, lovely ladies.
Yay. Thank you.
Mwah.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.